There is a kind of loneliness that does not look like loneliness. It does not look like someone sitting alone in a dark room. It looks like people laughing on their phones, constant messaging, group chats active all day, endless scrolling, notifications lighting up every few seconds. From the outside, it looks like connection. But inside, many people still feel something missing. A quiet emptiness that is hard to explain. Because how can someone feel lonely when they are always connected? And yet, that is exactly what is happening to a lot of people today. They are surrounded by messages, but still feel unheard. Surrounded by people, but still feel unseen. And the real question is, what kind of connection do we actually have today? There was a time when connection meant presence. You met people, face to face, in real environments, with real attention. Conversations had eye contact, silence, emotion, body language. But today, connection has changed. Now connection means typing, reacting, replying, scrolling. And slowly, something important was lost. Presence. Because digital communication is fast, but often shallow. You can talk to someone every day and still not truly know how they feel. Digital communication removes many human layers. When you text someone, tone is unclear, emotion is reduced, silence is removed, depth becomes optional. You can reply without thinking deeply, avoid difficult emotions, disconnect while still talking. So conversations become lighter. Not because people don't care, but because the medium itself limits depth. And over time, people get used to surface-level interaction. So when real emotional depth is needed, it feels unfamiliar. One of the biggest illusions today is this. If I have many online connections, I am not alone. But presence is not quantity. You can have hundreds of contacts, active group chats, constant notifications, and still feel emotionally disconnected. Because loneliness is not about how many people are around you. It is about being understood, being seen, being emotionally present with someone. And digital spaces often fail to provide that consistently. So people feel connected all day, but emotionally alone at night. There is a growing gap in modern communication. A gap between what people show, jokes, memes, short messages, quick replies, what people feel, stress, confusion, pressure, sadness, emptiness. And because digital spaces favor short expression, deep emotions often remain unspoken. So people learn to hide their real feelings behind "I'm fine" emojis, silence, distractions. And over time, emotional honesty reduces. Not because people don't feel, but because they stop expressing deeply. It may seem strange, but the more connected the world becomes, the more disconnected individuals feel. Because attention is divided, conversations are shortened, presence is reduced, emotional depth is avoided. And the brain notices this. Even if life is busy, even if communication is constant, there is still a feeling of no one really knows me. This is the modern loneliness. Not silence, but surface-level noise without depth. Many people experience the same pattern. At first, social media feels fun. Chatting feels exciting. Constant communication feels engaging. Then slowly, conversations become repetitive. Interactions feel shallow. Emotional satisfaction reduces. Then eventually, they are always online, but still feel emotionally distant. Still feel misunderstood. Still feel alone. And they don't understand why. Because externally, nothing looks wrong. But internally, something important is missing. Depth. This is a key truth. Not everything that looks like connection is connection. There is a difference between interaction, messages, reactions, replies, notifications, connection, understanding, presence, emotional depth, shared experience. Interaction is fast. Connection is slow. And modern life has optimized speed, but often sacrificed depth. So people interact more, but connect less. Real connection does not come from more messages. It comes from presence, time, honesty, attention. It happens when you listen without distraction. You speak without hiding. You allow silence without discomfort. It is not always comfortable. Because depth requires vulnerability. And vulnerability requires trust. But without it, connection remains surface level. Being always connected does not guarantee emotional closeness. Because connection is not measured by messages sent, likes received, chats active. It is measured by how deeply you are understood, how safe you feel being yourself, how present someone is with you. And in a world full of constant communication, real connection has become rare. Not because people don't care, but because attention has become fragmented. And maybe the real question is not who is talking to me, but who actually understands me? Because at the end of the day, humans don't just need communication. They need connection.